Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into The Reckoning. Some of you may already have seen a very interesting bit of footage that has made the rounds on TikTok the past couple of days, where a young man records a belligerent, aggressive older adult couple appearing to break into his own garage to berate and question him about his involvement in an earlier incident where they say he flipped them the bird. They were so upset and offended by the teenager's gesture that they seemingly felt the need to break into the garage and get some answers. But after things didn't go as planned and they ended up on the internet, the whole situation began spiraling out of control. A whole lot has happened since, but let's roll the footage as a refresher.
Oh, why are you coming at me? Oh, look.
Hey, don't touch me! Hey!
What are you doing?
Don't touch me!
You flip me off again? I don't give a how old you are. I'll send my
Hey,
son
you
over
flipped
here.
us off.
We're little kids. You flipped us off, man.
No, we didn't.
Don't kill me in our house.
You're little kids,
You
then
are
you have
wrong.
enough sense to know, don't you?
Where are your parents?
You just broke
They're
our
not
door.
here. Oh,
Broke
I know
the
they're
door.
not
Turn
here. Because y'all wouldn't act like this. Where's your parents?
Oh, what?
Where are your parents?
See, exactly. You broke our door.
No. You know what? You're doing
Where are your
have enough
parents?
sense to know that.
I didn't do anything.
Yes, it was you.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I did not.
It
You
was
just flipped
you.
me
When
off.
was this?
Last week, you and the guy from down the street.
You know what? You
are the
don't-
I don't hang out with anybody
I
on the
know.
street.
Yes, you do.
Oh God, I don't. I literally don't.
I know you're taking me.
And trust me,
where's
I'm
your
telling you
parents?
shit
I
just
am,
like
because
you.
I don't feel safe with you touching
Well,
me.
you know what?
You
Juvenile.
touching me.
I don't feel safe with you being outside, running around while we're trying to come into the door.
Why are you
Just having
trying to...
fun?
You little juvenile.
Y'all are
delinquents
juveniles.
is what you are.
Bro, what?
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
Crazy, bro.
Trust me, you're being
We got
filmed
you
too.
too.
And you know what?
Bro.
You just filmed flipping us off.
Oh, did you just do that again?
I know, I did a peace sign. That's what,
okay.
that's what you just did, right?
That's a gang sign.
That's a peace sign.
Trust
Bro,
me.
what?
You've
Let's see
already
if
been
it-
recording.
Oh, look, it works. It's
Yeah.
not broken.
Yeah, we're
Mother,
part
I
of
never
the
said
game.
that.
Whoever
Yeah, we're part of the game.
Your mother will
Can you
be
please
coming
get out?
home.
Yeah. No, you know what? I was going to come here today and I decided not to, but I will come tomorrow. Where are your freaking parents?
But they're not here. We just told you that.
We know they're not here, dude.
Also,
Where
this is not
are
their
they?
house. This is my house.
It's your
You
house.
live here by
Yeah.
yourself?
Also, I didn't do
he's
anything.
got all the his Asian people here.
Hey!
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Flip us off and it's okay,
Why are you
right?
flipping us off? Come on, man.
Trust me.
You
you're
don't gotta
being
be
filmed
racist,
too.
though.
And
You're
you were
being
filmed being flipping us off. So
Yeah.
that's
Wait. Didn't you just do that? What the?
Don't mess with us.
We're not. That's exactly. We're just
Coming
standing
out, let
there.
me tell you, no. You came at us the other night, wasn't you?
Yo, call the police, bro.
Him? Not him.
Should I call the police?
Me?
You and
Again. I
your
don't.
past is off now. Now you have your little thing. Guess what? We saw your little past
what?
flipping us off.
Should I call the police?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, call the police.
Now, many people have speculated on the reason for this couple's behavior. Obviously, this decorum is not normal. It's not a standard reaction to such a minor slight, especially from someone who is so significantly younger than you that most people would just laugh it off and move on with their day. But these two were so upset and offended, their egos so unbelievably fragile, that they had to come hunt this kid down and then break into his garage, and as I'm sure you saw in the clip, at one point even enter his house from the garage, and also break his garage door. You saw that the husband of this woman threw the garage door up and broke it, and then tried to pretend like it hadn't been broken by going and pressing their garage switch for them. Another total invasion of personal space and privacy. But a lot of people have speculated about whether or not this couple was heavily inebriated. It does seem that they may not be all there during this incident. That would certainly explain a lot of this highly belligerent behavior. But obviously, nobody took their side. Pretty much no one on the entire internet took these people's side, which is a rarity. Usually you have a few. But obviously interest in this video and what happened after grew to the point where the young man who recorded this video saw fit to release an initial statement also on his TikTok.
Alright, so this is an update video because a lot of people wanted one, like story time and all that. I looked like a mess. I just got back from a football game, so I apologize. But basically, like, this car came up to us in the middle of, like, not the middle of the night. It was like 10:09, and we were playing soccer, like, in the alley because he was at, like, these townhomes. And so what happened was, like, she came up to us and accused us of, like, hey, didn't you stick the middle finger up at us, like, the other week? And that was my first time being at his house, so obviously we were like, no, we didn't. We never did any of that. And the lady, like, gets in her car and leaves and, like, sticks the middle finger up at us. So being immature, we did it back. And we run into the garage, and we close the garage, and midway while we're closing it, she ups the garage. I didn't get that part on camera, but she, like, ups, like picks it up. Scary. And then I start recording, and she comes up to me, grabs it, as you can see, blah, blah, blah. Y'all saw in the video what happened, but we did call the cops. I don't think she went to jail. I could be tripping, but I'm pretty sure, no, she didn't go to jail. And if she did, she got bailed out, I think. But she definitely should have went to jail. And if y'all have any questions, just let me know.
So we learned a couple of valuable pieces of information here right off the bat. One, it wasn't the kid recording the video's house, it was his friend's house who he was visiting there for the first time. They had been playing soccer in the alleyway, and this, well, importantly, they had flipped the kids off first. They did it first, and then when they were flipped off back, that's when they decided it had gone too far. And as of the time of this recording, nobody had been arrested, though they had called the police. So next, after things continue to spiral on the internet, you know how the internet is, people were getting curious about this older couple and who they were and why they were acting so absurdly and what may have happened to them for this, what seemed to be, this is just my conjecture, but an obvious breach of the law and someone's private property and, you know, on and on. So the mom of the young man that we just watched decided to also take to TikTok to explain her version of the events shortly after.
Okay, so story time. My son called me. He was at his friend's house, and he told me that someone had, harassed them and put their hands on him. So I rushed over there, and as I got there, the police were arriving. They took statements, photos, commended the boys for how they handled it, said that they were more adult than the actual adults in the situation.
Correct.
And asked if we wanted to press charges, and we did, because I don't think anyone should put their hands on a child that they don't know, really, no matter the situation. But my, son obviously was a little shaken up, and it was a scary ordeal, but I'm grateful that the police did what they needed to do. They arrested the lady. She did get bailed out the next day. It hasn't gone to court yet, but we are going to follow through pressing charges.
So according to Mom, they did in fact decide to press charges, and it was shortly after this update was released that yet another update by popular demand, because of course TikTok wanted to know what was going down with this couple while they were in the middle, the internet was in the middle of trying to track them down. We got another update from this young man, which I will play for you now.
Basically, the dude is accusing us of sticking up the middle finger at him like the other week. That was my first time being there, so obviously that's false. And he tried to justify for what he did, say he was trying to teach us a lesson, blah, blah, blah. I'll let y'all see the text messages, so you can pause that if you want to read it. First of all, you can't justify for what you did, and even if we did stick up the middle finger at you, it's not illegal. I can do whatever I want. And we did it. They did it first. Well, yeah, we did it back, but so immature. You can't even justify for what you did, bro. Just no.
So as it turns out, they did actually get arrested for this incident, but were bailed out almost immediately after. Here are their mug shots just for fun. A very ghoulish couple, I would say. Naturally, the internet made short work of tracking these two down. It turns out the man's name is Mark Hammett, and the woman's name is Natalie Barlair Church. There were several articles posted all over, blog sites and things that kind of exposed their entire family tree and whatnot. Not very interesting to know who mom and dad and cousins and former marriages are. But the flood of internet troll responses under their Instagram pictures were hilarious. People also managed to track down Mark Hammett's personal advanced roofing and building solutions business, where he is now getting flamed with negative comments, all having to do with the video and not his actual work, which, to be fair, I wouldn't want someone with this level of instability emotionally to be working on my roof either. And the young man who recorded the initial video mentioned this before, but Mark Hammett actually replied to some requests for comment, and this was the text message that he sent. So he said, "This is Mark Hammett. The fact that I'm having to explain this is absolutely ridiculous. The truth needs to be told. We were returning from dinner one evening. The 3 teenage boys flipped us off, ran back into their garage. Fine, we didn't think anything of it. The next week, it happened again, so we decided to confront them, not to hurt them in any way, but to protect them, because you never know who you're going to flip off, and we wanted to make it clear to them that if they flip off the wrong person, there could be consequences. It's a crazy world we live in. Our lawyer looked at the original video before they edited it, then looked at our video and shook his head because he couldn't believe that we were being charged these ridiculous charges." And according to the TikToker that reached out to them to get this text message, which you can see there that they also sent a video, that video was not meaningfully different from the original confrontation in any way and just showed it from a different eye perspective. It was the same nonsense, the same level of ridiculousness. They have apparently convinced themselves in their head that this video is exculpatory, essentially, and that they were actually the ones in the right because, they were just trying to teach these kids a lesson that someday if they flip off the wrong person, some crazy couple might actually break into your garage and attack you. You never know. So they were just trying to make sure that that never happened to these kids. But overall, it sounds like the parents of these young men have this handled. They're not going to let this couple get away with it. And even if somehow they do on a criminal level, the internet and the vicious justice that it doles out does not forget, and they will make sure that well, let's put it this way. I don't think Mark Hammett's roofing business is long for this world. I don't know. Can't really say that you two have anyone to blame but yourselves. I certainly, again, wouldn't want to hire someone to work on anything for me that had the emotional fortitude or lack thereof that this gentleman has displayed. So, yeah, that's the story so far. If, they end up getting sent to trial or anything, I will absolutely provide you with an update. But this is just start to finish crazy. I thought you guys would find this very interesting. But that's all for now. So I'll see you next time, probably tomorrow with another one.